Welcome to Geeks and Geckos. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to care for a leopard gecko. So the first thing you're going to need is a terrarium. 10 gallon for babies, 20 gallon for adults. If you're going to house more, you're going to want a 30 to 40 gallon. As here, I have a 40 gallon. And then, going to need a heat lamp, anything that produces light, mainly a heat lamp, and a UVB. Then you're going to want a hide, water, rocks. The rocks are needed so that way they can climb and explore, but so that way when they're shedding they have something to rub on to get rid of it. And when they shed, the skin is all sensitive. So what I use is this. A humidity box with coconut fiber soil. Now the humidity box is just a carton of this that just has a hole in it and she can climb in and yeah, just wet coconut fiber substrate. Damp, not wet. Next thing you're going to want some plants. Not real, fake. They can be real, but it's gotta be sterile. So here, you can see this is a home, has leaves a part of it. This plant, which has fallen down again, and more than just one home. Now for her, she has this she can hide under, this, she likes being there, here in the humidity box. Those are all her places that she can hide. While my male over here, which is 3 months old, has the humidity box just like her, a home right here, this entire platform and under it, this one, which he's in right now, which I'll show you. It's hard to see, but right there is its head. Now you also want to make sure that you change out their water every day. That they have calcium powder, and that the lights are on for a 12-hour cycle. On for 12 hours, off for 12 hours. But if you're in a cold situation and for some reason things will just get too cold, you have to turn it back on. UVB, that's the same deal. And then make sure you have stuff for it to climb on, as it is an explorer, and they do climb. Not like other things, but they do climb. Some just objects. So like here, I just have this, rocks. You need that. And just saying, if you ever get this 3D wallpaper, make sure it's tight, because they will get behind us. My male right here has done that. Divider, that's only for if you have two females, they can be housed together. Just separate them when you're feeding, or it can cause cage aggression. Males, two cannot be together. They have to be separate. She's a female, he's a male, but he's small, about the size of my middle finger, or pointer finger, and she is 7.5 inches long, so a bit longer than my hand. About the size of that rock. The exact size. Yeah. Food. That's another thing. They only eat 4 things that I know of. Dubia roaches, mealworms, waxworms, and crickets. If it's a small one, like what I have in there, use small crickets. Like right here. Right there. And for her, large crickets. Like right here. Another thing is make sure that humidity box is wet or damp. That's the whole point of it. You need to thoroughly clean out their tank about once every week. You're also going to want to make sure you have something that reads the temp. Like here I have a hydrothermometer, temperature, humidity. Usually it's better if it's in the 30 and 40s. It's okay if it's in the 50s, but not daily. At some point of the day, it's usually fine. Also be aware that this, I have a 100-watt light bulb, this melts dividers, not screen, but I do have heat damage on this metal right here. You can see it. So make sure it's not touching it. You also are going to want to make sure that it's not too hot or too cold. Also make sure there's a cold side and a hot side. Usually a hide on each side, but her side is a bit small, especially because of this big one. So she has right there and over there on that rock. And right under this plant, she loves that too. Another thing is to make sure that they always have something to do. Like he can explore. He's only new. I've had him since last night. But I've had her for 3 months now. And I've swapped a lot of things out. Like, things have been moved. But, again, there was a reason for it. Also going to want to make sure that that all this stuff is sanitary. I mean, especially when you buy it from the store, wash it off first before you put it in there. It's not gonna go well. Trust me. So, basics, summaries to this. Have a hide, hot and cold spot, water, change it every day. At least one rock, a humidity box if you want to make sure they're the best, and I would suggest a piece of wood. Now, if they're a baby, gonna make sure that all the spaces are clogged up. Like here, he can climb through it, but I still plugged up with that plant. This is too small. He has climbed up this because they can climb up this material. So I have rocks and foam right here because he climbed here and went through the other side right there. If he fell, she would have eaten him. So make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Other than that, that's your basics. Going to feed it once every day. They are not like snakes, so you don't feed them once a week, you feed them once a day. I have already fed her, so she's content, but only till tomorrow. Other than that, that's the basics, and that's all you need to know. Geckos and geeks, subscribe. Thank you.